Hi, hello, it's a Mario. This is my second recording trying to do this. I recorded Genshin before, but I didn't upload it because I'm very dumb and I didn't know how to work a video capture card. So now you're just stuck with me doing the second part, within a whole hour of gameplay just left out. Yeah, it really sucks. So I don't know if this should be called part 2 or part 1 because I already recorded the first hour, but the footage was so bad and not able to work with in a video editor, so I had to remove it completely. So I pretty much finished all the quests until we left Rito with that lady. Go to Komore Tea House. Setting foot on Inazuma's mainland, Oh yeah. Disclaimer, I'm gonna mispronounce a lot of stuff here since it is in Japanese. So if I do butcher. If I do butcher, that doesn't sound right. Hold up. Let me see something. Butcher.
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 Butcher. That doesn't sound right. Butcher. So sorry if I booch. No, that butchery.
Butch.
Oh, sorry if I butch. 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 Sorry if I butch anything. That doesn't sound right. Oh, now it sounds right. Sorry if I butch anything. If I butch anything, I'm so sorry. I don't know how to pronounce most of Liyue's locations, nor do I know how to pronounce most of Inazuma's locations. So if I do, I'm so sorry. There's nothing you can do.
Taking
Oh
a
look,
stroll
it's
in the middle
raining.
of a downpour certainly rouses the spirit. But it's best to dry your clothes as soon as possible after the rain stops.
Thank you, Kazuha. That was so nice of you. Okay, we're gonna go. Oh god. Okay, so you seen that I already explored Rito and Konda Village, Aromi. Well, I haven't discovered not discovered, but explored these parts yet. But I'm just gonna do the Archon quest for now because that's what I have to do. That's what I want to do because I'm saving it for YouTube videos, but I'm so hesitant to do it. I don't know why it's hard for me to just sit down and record. Maybe it's because I'm very awkward with voice and also playing. I never do this. The only time I do this is when I play with friends, or like in Smash Bros. or a different game. Yeah. God. Okay. So if I do go silent, it's just me trying to find out what else to say. The hell is this?
Time to go.
Oh yeah, I haven't done the event going on right now, so probably after this I'm gonna record that event, and if not, it's probably gonna be recorded tomorrow. Recorded but not uploaded tomorrow. Well, maybe uploaded tomorrow. Yeah. Yeah, probably gonna be uploaded tomorrow. Now, how do I get in here? Oh.
Time to go.
I just love spamming that. It's so fun to do. Electrogram. Oh my god, I got sidetracked. I need to go back. Inazuma's not that bad. I know a lot of people are struggling with it because they don't really have good built characters, but neither do I. And look at me, surviving by an inch.
Stabilize. Fallen leaves. Adorn my night.
Adore my night. I don't really have nothing to say, really. It's really hard to talk. Gather. What even is amethyst lamp for? Simon Katsumi. Now I'm gonna talk to you. Okay, we're walking up to Inazuma. Oh, this is actually pretty. Okay, we're walking up to Inazuma City, to the Komori Tea House for. There are a lot more Outlanders. And look, one thing I like, dogs. Dogs. I love dogs. That's why one of my favorites Pokemon is Yamper. And look, I like Geo because Geo rocks. And also, you know that dog that was in cage of like an island far away? I let him out, and now I take the reward for it. Yes. Dang, it's so far away. Hajime. Hajime. Ooh, where the hell do I get the new? Oh god, 29.1 CPU. Owner. So, I'm pretty sure this person's gonna give us recipes. And it does, and they do. Tuna sushi, tricolor dango, tri-flavored skewer, butch, detective. Pocket Grimoire. Okay, we're about to go up here soon. We're about to go to the location there soon. And here we are. I'll be quiet in cutscenes.
According to the letter, this should be the place.
Sorry, we don't serve the general public. I'm afraid you'll have to leave.
Wait! We're not the general public.
Well then, you must be a couple of wandering outlanders that snuck into the nation, judging by your attire.
Are our clothes really so... Oh, what Paimon means to say is...
Here's our... Shut up, Paimon. Here's our invitation letter.
The Yashiro Commission's seal. This must be from Mr. Tone. It seems there's more to you than meets the eye. In which case, welcome to the Komore Tea House, a safe haven for the Yashiro Commission.
Well, that sounds more like it.
Oh, I realized that I could move my stuff around. So originally, I'm gonna put it at 15.2.
Well, now that we're here, where's Toma?
Okay, should be louder now.
Paimon doesn't see him anywhere. Do you think he forgot his promise to meet us?
Oh my god.
Who forgot their promise? I was beginning to think you'd forgotten about me.
Oh my god. I love this. I love this dog. I forgot his name though, but I love him.
What? Is that dog talking to us?
Relax. No need to look so surprised. I take it this is the first time you've seen me in this form?
Where did the human-looking Tomo go?
Huh. So you didn't see anything like this when you were in Liyue Harbor?
Ah, now that you mention it, this does suddenly seem less out of the ordinary.
I know a dog when I see one. What does this mean, Aether?
Alright. I've had my fun.
Hey, you're this close to getting an ugly nickname, mister.
What were you about to nickname him?
Well, I've had some time to kill, given that I've been waiting here for you for so long, as was the case in Rito.
Oh. Dang, he knows that.
So I came up with this little fun greeting for when you arrived. But in all seriousness, I would like to apologize about that little test you went through earlier, though it was quite necessary. It helped us determine whether or not to bring you before Miss Kamisata.
Oops.
Don't think that Paimon's gonna forgive you just because you're getting all serious now.
Sorry, did I overdo it? My apologies. Let me just say this. You've often found yourself skirting the rules from the very beginning, haven't you? Naturally, this is due to your unwavering and resolute determination. A long time ago, we had a friend who was much the same, but when the lightning struck... Ah, so you've heard of his story. His light still burns all the more brightly. Yes, of course. I will bring you to the Kamisato residence where the Yashiro Commission is located. But before that, there is one other place I was hoping you both would accompany me.
Oh? Where?
The dog sitting in the background or the foreground.
I would like you to come with me to the statue of the omnipresent god. It's still under construction now, but you can already see it from practically anywhere on Narukami Island.
Narukami Island. Okay, so now it's going lower. There, it should be lower. Also, if a cutscene randomly pops up, It's just gonna be like that. I'm not gonna scramble. Scramble. Oh my god, I didn't even talk to the dog. Okay, what's here? Hee hee. Taro Maru. Wolf. Who's a handsome doggy? Wolf, wolf, wolf. That's adorable. Oops. Oh, okay, it was right here. Look. I saw this on TikTok. But dang, look at that Mora though. That's impressive. That dog is very rich. Y'all wish you could be that dog. Feed the puppy? Where do I feed the puppy? How do I feed the puppy? Hold on. Okay, oh my god, it's right there. Did I pass the puppy without no? Oh. Okay, here's your food. I love that. Oh, kimono. I think those are what it's called. Ogura textiles and kimonos, not kimonos. Sorry. Sorry, it's just that every single time I see a dog, I say the word "aww." Get used to it. Okay, we're here.
This area sure feels gloomy. People probably don't come here often, do they? Huh? Are Paimon's eyes playing tricks? Or are there things embedded in the statue?
Visions.
Visions? You mean all the visions that are collected from the Vision Hunt decree are put into the statue?
What, a dendro one?
So you've already heard of the Vision Hunt decree. Before I try to explain, I should perhaps remind you first that Mondstadt is the city of freedom, and Liyue is the city of contracts. As for Inazuma, it's known as the Nation of Eternity. The Raiden Shogun is both the nation's most powerful ruler and its deity. The Eternity in question is her endless and unchanging will to rule over Inazuma. As such, she relies on the Tri-Commission to regulate the nation's affairs and the Sakoku Decree to limit the people's movement. The Shogun wishes to keep Inazuma in stasis, allowing the stream of time to flow from one end to the other without disturbing it for all time.
Seems like every god has their own will.
Of course, this is my own limited understanding. As for the reason behind the recent Vision Hunt decree, perhaps the Shogun believes that visions grant people the power to change, and that her eternity doesn't allow for such instability to exist. Whatever the case, the fact is that the Raiden Shogun has dispatched the Tenryou Commission to scour the nation for visions, embedding each one in this statue.
Right.
And this statue of the omnipresent god can be seen as Inazuma's symbol of eternity.
There's so much.
But if that's the case, wouldn't you say that the Raiden Shogun is being, oh, I don't know, selfish?
Only outlanders such as yourselves would ever dare speak out so directly against the Raiden Shogun. And yet, I agree. The Vision Hunt Decree is something that simply should not exist. And Miss Kamisato has been committed to fighting it since the day it was announced.
Is that Kazuha's dead friend? What the?
Huh? Hey, are you okay? You look like your mind is elsewhere.
Sound? What sound? I didn't hear anything. Did something...
Yeah, you touched the statue, and then what?
I could hear the sound of people's aspirations.
Aspirations? That would seem to confirm the saying. Have you heard it before? That when a person's ambition reaches a certain strength, the gods look upon them with favor. That is where visions come from. In other words, a person's vision represents their ambition. So if what you just said is true, then the ambitions of these people are stronger than I imagined. Alright, time for the next stop on our tour of Narukami Island, the Kamisato residence.
Yay.
Finally!
Oh my god. Okay, so we're back here.
Time to go.
In the village. 44% CPU.
Follow the wind.
If you guys could, or don't want to, just a little plug-in right now. Subscribe. Eventually I want to start making money off the YouTube channel, and hopefully I'll get a better I'll get a better PC. I'll get a better PC so I'm able to record more better, and maybe actually be able to play Genshin Impact on my PC, because right now if I do it
Everybody stand back!
and try to do it,
I will have order.
Record, it's like trying to
Wind strike.
my computer's gonna die of stroke. So yeah. I actually don't see. You know what? I'm gonna do a little shortcut. The hell? Uh-oh.
Let's light it up! By royal decree!
Clouds high. The birds come.
Out of my sight! This is our master's
Diana? Whoa. So she drops her own stuff. Oh god.
Time to go.
Time to go. Thank you, Kazuha. Oh, I see a shrine. Oh, that's gonna be so nice to explore later on. Chinjui. I don't know how to pronounce that. Mount Yugo. This looks scary.
Time to go.
Avoid confrontation. Avoid confrontation. Oh my goodness. Was I not supposed to stab it? Oh, hi. Okay. Oh. Little fish. Fizzle. 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 Wow, what did it do? Wow! Nothing. Oh my god, my mom's talking in the background. Hold on. Okay, there. 31%, dang. Okay. We made it here. Made it past all the guards. Now Kazuha. Oh yeah. Oh my god, I left
So,
it.
this is the kind of place where the big shots of Inazuma live, huh? Paimon kinda expected it to be snazzier.
Welcome at last to the Kamisato residence, honored guest. Miss Kamisato is delighted to finally meet you.
Is this the Shirasage Himegimi you keep going on about? So... oh, behind the screen?
Yes. As the daughter of the Yashiro Commission, this is how Miss Kamisato is accustomed to receiving guests. Consider it a time-honored tradition within the Yashiro Commission. Forgive me if this is an unwelcome surprise.
Makes sense. She's a super important person after all.
Please forgive my lack of courtesy for receiving you in this fashion, especially following such a long and wearisome journey over the sea. I have awaited your arrival with great anticipation, and Toma assures me that you do indeed possess the power to change the tide of the times. At present in Inazuma, in the name of the Vision Hunt Decree, the people's aspirations are being senselessly trampled underfoot. Though the Yashiro Commission serves the Shogun, it is the people with whom we share close bonds, given the contact we are required to have with them in the performance of our duties. A commission's power rises and falls with the trust of their people. Thus, we cannot remain indifferent to this situation without also remaining indifferent to our own fate. Traveler, lend us your power, and we can...
Oh my god. I hate this. I did not come to start a rebellion. I'm just here to meet the leader.
See, milady, it's just like I said. This will take us nowhere.
No. I hate that the game is making us do this.
No, please! Wait! Please, don't go! I will introduce you to the Raiden Shogun on one condition. You must fulfill 3 small wishes on my behalf.
What are your wishes?
They pertain to 3 whose visions were taken from them. Perhaps once you've met them, you will understand.
A warrior who guards a village, a former samurai who helped carry out the Vision Hunt Decree, and a swordmaster determined to become the best in the world. Does Paimon get that right?
Correct. Please do all you can to help them. I will await your return here. Then you have my gratitude.
I'm sure you'll do great.
The princess behind the curtains. My. Okay. Sometimes I wish my microphone wasn't that great so it don't pick up on background noises. Yeah. Okay, what's happening? Oh.
Let's see. Where's the person Ayaka told us about?
Why are you doing this? Why leave all of a sudden, after all these years?
Precisely. It's much too sudden. We've had no time to prepare. The children are desperate for you to take them out to play. Please, we urge you to reconsider.
That must be the guy Ayaka told us about. Let's go over and see.
If you want my opinion, something to do with the Vision Hunt decree. It's clear that Tejima had done nothing wrong, and still they confiscated his vision. After that, he became a completely different person. I can't claim to fully understand it, but I could tell that he'd lost something very important to him. He went off on a walk, alone, circled the village a few times, and then out of the blue, he announced that he was going to leave and become a wanderer. Truth be told, we aren't sure whether trying to keep him here is the right thing to do. But equally, it doesn't feel right to let him leave when he's in this state. He's a lost soul.
I feel bad.
Seems like he's a well-respected guy around here.
My hero?
Ah, you must also be here to try and convince Tejima to stay. Tejima has protected this place ever since he arrived here 30 years ago, keeping out the treasure hoarders, fending off any monsters that draw near, resolving quarrels between the villagers. He has put an enormous amount of work into looking after this place, but now, all of a sudden, he says he plans to leave us. We can't help but wonder, was it something we did? We will gladly apologize if that's the case. All we want is for him to stay.
Okay, Tejima.
You must be Tejima. So what's made you want to up and leave all of a sudden?
Me? It's not a question of why I want to leave, but a question of what reason I would have to stay. True, but that's not why I chose to stay here. And what made me want to come here 30 years ago? And why have I never wanted to leave in all that time? I don't have answers to those questions because I can't remember anymore. Ever since they took my vision away, it's like a slice of my memory is gone. In the past, I knew I wanted to stay here. But whatever resolve I had then, it's gone now. So I thought, what's to stop me from moving around instead?
Okay. Well, in that case, if we help you rediscover the reason you chose to stay, you won't need to leave anymore, right? But if you can't remember anything, it's not gonna be easy. Oh, maybe if you just try a little harder to remember, then it'll all come flooding back?
Oh, that reminds me. Last time I brought Tejima some fruit, I do believe I saw him writing in a diary.
I keep a diary? If you say so. I honestly can't seem to remember.
Oh, yes, you do. And what's more, I remember you saying at the time that you wanted to make a note of a few interesting things. Things which would prove very important at a later date.
Perfect! So if we want to keep Tejima from leaving, we just need to find his diary. It must be around...
If you don't mind, we will leave you to find the diary. We should head back to the village to inform the others of Tejima's situation.
Hooray, we're gonna help the old man with dementia.
Time to go.
This looks like Teijima's diary, alright?
How were they not able to find it? It was
Let's see
literally
what
right
we
in front
have
of their
here.
porch.
Today, the villagers and I got together to cook dry braised salted fish. I messed up and burned mine a little, so I had to pretend that it was black snakehead instead.
No.
Today, I helped rescue a kid who had fallen in the water. After I pulled him out, he told me that his best friend Bamboo was still in the water. I searched the water the whole afternoon before finding out that Bamboo was the name of his pet crab. I went kite flying today. The string broke, so I chased after it as fast as I could. I soon realized I was never going to get it back, so I just found somewhere to sit and watch as it flew away into the distance. Seems like your average diary of daily village life. Huh? Wait, there's more! I went to pray at the shrine again today and stayed there a while. The Omamori you gave me has faded a little, but it is still my most treasured possession. Now that's the kind of info we're looking for. Time to pay a visit to the shrine.
As it slowly pans out to the shrine.
So this is the Omamori Tejima wrote about. Interesting. Looking at the color and the design, Paimon would have thought it belonged to a child. But anyway, if he had this with him all the time, there's a chance some of his elemental energy remained on it. Do you think that it might come in handy?
Oop. The PC battery is in battery savery mode. Oh god. Okay. Oh god, I don't know which one to follow.
That Tejima visited a lot. The soil looks like it's been disturbed. Maybe Tejima buried something precious here. Something that kept him in the village all these years? Must be something pretty amazing if it made him stick around for 30 years. Let's dig it up and take a look. It looks like a letter. The paper's gone yellow. Must have been written a really long time ago.
He kissed.
Konda Village. Sounds so familiar. Where is that place again? Huh. So the reason Tejima came here was to wait for someone. But he's been here for 30 years. Oh, guess they didn't show up in the end, huh? Well, let's go give Tejima his stuff back and take it from there.
Well, I'll be. That's certainly my handwriting. And I guess the Omamorian letter belonged to me too. But I have no memory of anything that's written in this diary. Still, it's clear that I was waiting for someone here, and that I chose to wait for 30 years. Over the years, I must have made a note of anything interesting. Anything that I could share with her when we were finally reunited. And just look at all the things that did happen over the years. The time has flown by so quickly. 30 years feels like the blink of an eye.
Not really.
How could I have forgotten something so important to me? Now that I think about it, when my vision was taken from me, it felt like I'd suddenly been hollowed out. Love, regret, everything I felt for her, it's all disappeared.
Does that make you feel sad?
No, not especially.
Uh-oh.
After all, I've forgotten who she was. Her face, her voice, the things we experienced together. I barely recall any of it. It's as if she'd never been in my life to begin with. As if all these years have been nothing but a hazy dream. I think maybe not. If this is something I waited most of my life for, I suppose I should carry on waiting. Although, what if she were to turn up eventually, only to find I didn't remember so much as her name? Wouldn't that be upsetting for her? When I think about it like that, I do feel a slight tinge of sadness in my heart. How curious. Why am I thinking like this when I don't even remember who she is? It's just like that feeling of emptiness. The feeling that something is missing. Thank you both for helping me reconnect with my reason for staying here. I shall remain here and keep waiting for her.
Tejima seems to be dealing okay, but still, it makes Paimon really sad.
Losing a reason to feel sad is maybe the saddest thing of all.
Seems it's just like Ayaka and Toma were saying. If you lose your vision, you lose all your hopes and dreams too.
I know, and this
That
bitch
certainly
don't care
explains the
about...
state Tejima was in earlier. At least we were able to help him, weren't we?
Yes.
Well, let's go find the next person.
Yes, let's go. So anyways, I was saying that I'm really mad that the
According
game
to
is
Miss
making
Kamisato,
the Traveler
the second one who lost her
really mean.
vision is a samurai.
I feel bad for the... Oh wait, no, I don't feel bad. Like, I know our purpose is to find our sister, but like, he's getting too impatient.
They say the Tenryou Commission is directly controlled by the Shogun. They're the ones responsible for maintaining law and order in Inazuma. The ones actually enforcing the Vision Hunt Decree.
Okay, that was just my dogs barking.
But why would they take action against one of their own? Paimon doesn't get it. Huh? There seems to be some commotion over there. Let's go see what's happening.
I'll ask one more time. Do you intend to withhold this month's emergency provisions?
The entire clan is counting on that food. We demand an explanation.
How many times do I have to say it? I don't know anything about emergency provisions.
You dare deceive us? Those provisions are essential. Do you understand? Not some goods to be pocketed by greedy samurai.
You samurai think you can just do whatever you please? The Tenryou Commission will hear of this!
Oh, huh? And who are you? One of Kurosawa's gang, no doubt.
What? We just happened to be passing by. We heard the commotion and came to see what the matter was.
I see. You seem to have come just at the right time. Perhaps you can help us settle this matter. This is Kurosawa. He's a samurai and a member of the Shogun's army. They issue emergency provisions to the area, and he's the one responsible for distribution. In the past, we'd simply ask him for provisions and everything would be delivered. Now, he suddenly refuses to give us anything. He's keeping the provisions for himself, I just know it. We'll starve without them.
No one seems to care about us. We used to think Kurosawa was a kind man, but he's shown his true colors. He's the same as all the other samurai. It's no wonder all the visions have been confiscated. The Raiden Shogun doesn't need people like him helping her rule the nation.
This must be one of the people Ayaka asked us to help. But why would she ever want us to help someone like him? Maybe we should talk to Kurosawa and see what he has to say.
Huzzah! Sorry, I muted my microphone because my dogs kept on barking. And they still are barking.
I've never even heard of these emergency provisions. I don't know whether it's rumors or whether they're trying to blackmail me. But either way, it's ridiculous. If I was hoarding supplies, would I still be the poor man I am today? My own family can barely get by as it is. No, if you'll excuse me, I've got other matters to attend to. And that's the first bit of truth I've heard all day. The Shogun's army told me that I was unworthy of my vision. And they said I was slacking off in my work. Apparently, I'd even disappointed the Raiden Shogun. And that's why they confiscated my vision.
Well, that's strange. You were helping enforce the Vision Hunt Decree. Why would you be unworthy of your vision?
To be perfectly honest, I don't seem to remember the details. All I know is that I would perform certain things every month. But I don't recall what they were. And it's not just that. I have this unsettling feeling, like someone owes me something.
Does it have to do with the missing emergency provisions?
I didn't take any. Like I said, if I was taking them for myself, I wouldn't be going through such hard times right now. To top it all off, my house was just raided by treasure hoarders, which is why I came here in the first place. I was chasing after them when I got held up by these two. If you don't believe me, go find the treasure hoarders yourself. If there were any emergency provisions to be had, they would have found them.
He seems to be telling the truth. But we better confirm. Let's go round up those treasure hoarders and see what they have to say. We should be able to follow their tracks. They couldn't have gone too far.
Okay, back. I interrupted the cutscene by screaming, "Oh, look at the dog. And look at the fox right there. Look at the nice fox." Oh, looky here. Oh.
We really outdid ourselves this time. All those samurai houses packed with goods.
You haven't seen anything yet. There'll be a lot more with it. Today's just the beginning. I'll be leading you all.
You demand, boss!
These seem like the treasure hoarders we're after. Let's teach them a lesson.
Huzzah.
Another test subject.
Oh, it's for me.
Wind Dragon!
Okay,
wow. There goes all the Mora! We worked hard to steal that, you know?
That's funny.
Come on, boss. Think of something.
Not bad, kid. You ever think of joining the treasure hoarders? We could use someone like you.
I like this one more.
Kurosawa. Oh, I remember. So he's the one who sent you after us, huh? Just our luck. I knew he shouldn't have hit that place.
So what did you see inside? Was it stuffed with food supplies?
Food supplies? You kidding? That place was a complete mess. All we found was a strange-looking box, hopefully with valuables inside. I didn't want anyone else to see it, so I was planning on opening it myself. But now that you've caught us, how about we make a deal?
You've got a deal! Now show it!
Huh?
What the?
There's nothing in here but IOUs!
IOUs?
Yeah, a lot of them too! And they all seem to be made out to the owner of a general goods store, a Miss Aoi. Where'd talking tons of Mora here. We better talk to this Miss Aoi and get to... As for you guys, you're free to...
Yes, of course. So, we redeemed ourselves for some IOUs. Does that mean we broke even?
Shut it. Let's just get out of here.
Oh my god, a crab. Talk to owl. Run! Run, Kazuya, run. Okay, so... Oh my god, my mom. So one misconception that I had in the trailer, I thought that with the collection of, with the confiscating of visions, that they also killed you too, like Kazuya's friend. So I was like, oh my god, they're gonna kill everyone. And I don't know, when I saw that pyro vision, I was like, when I saw the pyro vision in the trailer, it was like, oh my god, they killed someone. Who is it?
Welcome to Tsukumomono Groceries. We've got everything you need. Can I, or perhaps, there's something you want to inquire about? Ah, so you're friends of Kurosawa, I take it?
Whoa, whoa! Let's not get ahead of ourselves. We're just here. How did Kurosawa end up owing you so much money? Did he buy anything super...
Let me think. Kurosawa would come regularly to purchase large quantities of foodstuffs. He'd always put the payment on his own. However, the price of provisions began to skyrocket recently, and his salary was no longer enough to cover the cost. So, he started writing out IOUs to cover whatever he couldn't afford of the usual.
So that's how he was getting those emergency provisions. But why did he have to purchase a usual amount? If the prices increased, couldn't he just buy less?
Well, if you think about it, the citizens receiving the emergency provisions must have been carefully calculating how much they needed to sustain them each time. Kurosawa thought that it would be quite the disappointment for them if they found they didn't have enough, especially after such long and careful planning. So he deemed it necessary to take on the debt rather than let the people...
Wow. Kurosawa was purchasing all the and no one ever appreciated what he did. They just complained and held him accountable.
People's attitudes will always reflect their circumstances. In the face of hardship, nobody cares to think twice. If you ask me, had Kurosawa told everyone the truth about the supplies from the... Of course, I'm sure there would still have been some unrest. What he was doing was truly a thankless deed. As for why he chose to spend his own money on emergency provisions and never tell anyone, I'm still not too... If you're still curious, why don't you go ask him yourself? I see. That reminds me, it seems that his vision was recently confiscated. Most unfortunate. If he doesn't clear the debt on his name, he'll have no choice but to sell that sword that is so dear to him.
Sword? What sword?
Oh, didn't he tell you? He possesses a very valuable blade. I've asked him about its origins. He told me that it was a gift from his father, that it was too precious to... In hindsight, I regret that I never made an offer on it. Everything has its price, at least that's what I think. Why don't you ask him about the sword yourself? Perhaps it'll even provide... Oh, but before you go, if you would kindly say...
But we...
Information is all... Don't worry. I won't charge much for information about Curse.
At least we now know where the emergency provisions are coming from. But let's go talk to
Huzzah! Oh god. Oh no, wasn't that dog food bowls?
Follow the wind.
my god, why is my family, well, not family, my mom and sister are screaming in the background.
What are you doing here all by yourself?
I presented them with a choice. Either they left or I drew my sword. They left. It turned out to be a real time saver, actually. Perhaps I should start using it more often. Did you manage to track down the treasure hoarders? Everything I said was true, right?
That just about sums it up. It turns out that you really were distributing emergency provisions, but they were all purchased at your own expense.
Strange. Is that really the kind of person I was? I don't really have any such recollection. Even after all you've told me, I still don't remember anything. Why was I purchasing emergency provisions for everyone? And why would I put myself in such a difficult situation? I really don't understand. But I cannot deny that when I brandished my sword to scare those two away, I could sense that my body was somehow... This sword was once wielded by my father. I remember once when I was young, I wanted to sneak out with the blade and show it off to the kids next door. What did he say? It would seem that I forgot many important things when my vision was taken from me. All I can remember now is my father telling me that this blade bore and said to me, "With this sword, you should..."
Hey, if you look carefully, there seems to be some words engraved on the hilt. Can you recognize the words?
Virtue? Somehow those two words seem to explain everything now. Taking on seemingly endless debts to make others happy. I guess that must have been my greatest ambition after all. But what use are virtue and justice? I purchased the provisions for those in need. The Tenryo Commission seized my vision. And the very people I was so desperately trying to help refused to understand. And the irony of all of it is, I somehow still felt sorry when threatening them with my blade. I'm incapable of being a good person, yet I'm equally unable to be bad. I don't know what to do with myself.
Yet another troubled soul. When we get the chance, let's speak to Toma about Kurosawa's debt. The Yashiro Commission would surely help cover... In any case, we must never let him sell off that sword. Yeah, seems like losing all ambition is a terrible experience. Fortunately for us, let's go find the next poor soul.
Okay, so I have to go eat. We're gonna go find the last dude, which is a samurai. And wow, he's really close.
Time to go.
Also, once again, I'm really sorry that sometimes I feel awkward. I mean, yeah, if I go really silent or I say things awkwardly or I chuckle awkwardly. I'm not very social, so like...
The third person who had their vision taken is supposed to be a famous sword master around these parts. Paimon heard that he's the present-day master of Meikyo Shisui art. Sounds pretty impressive. This is his dojo. Luckily, there's some people around. Let's go talk to them.
Nanako, don't worry. Sensei will be fine. Those thugs that challenged the dojo were strong, but he fought them all off in the end, didn't he?
Maybe, but I'm still worried about him. Things have gotten dangerous before in the past, but it's never shaken him. This time, though...
It's just because he's been possessed, that's all. Once the exorcism has taken place, he'll be right as rain in no time.
Hey there! Did something happen?
Who are you? I don't care whether you're trespassers or just here to harass us while Sensei is impaired. Get out of here immediately! Don't make me draw my blade, or you won't live to regret it.
No! You got it so wrong! We just came here to,
Disciples?
Yep. We've heard all about the mighty master of Meikyo Shisui art. It's the whole reason we came all this way, to seek him out and ask him to train us. But then we got here and overheard you talking about how he got possessed or something?
From the way you're dressed, it doesn't look like you're from around here. Please, accept my apologies. We've had so many people trying to call. You haven't arrived at the best of times, I'm afraid. Sensei got possessed recently, and he's still recovering. He's not able to take on any new disciples for the time being. I see you are earnest in your pursuit. Okay, how about this? My fellow disciple Nanako and I will explain Sensei's situation to you in a little more detail. Then you can decide. Sensei's name is Domon, a name I'm sure you've already heard. Though self-taught, he mastered the art of the sword to a high level. He then proceeded to defeat many other prominent sword masters, never losing a single fight. He once said that his goal was to become the best sword master in the world. And so, even while training us, he continued to hone his own art. His fervor truly inspired us, and we trained hard, determined to keep up with him. But then...
Not long ago, Sensei had his vision taken away. He hasn't been the same since. He says the strangest things over and over, and he refuses to let us train. Junya and I have discussed it, and we both think that he's being possessed by an evil spirit. So, we've asked the Shrine Maidens from the Grand Narukami Shrine to perform an exorcism. But if I'm honest, I still have my doubts over whether he'll completely recover.
The Grand Narukami Shrine? What's that?
You haven't heard of it? It's the largest shrine on Narukami Island. The head shrine maiden is reputed to have very close ties with the almighty Shogun herself. Not that we'd have any means of involving the head shrine maiden, of course. But even one of the ordinary shrine maidens from the Grand Narukami Shrine would have clear power and authority to perform an exorcism. So don't worry, Nanako. Sensei is going to be just fine. The exorcism will take place this evening. You're both more than welcome to come and watch if you're interested.
So, losing your vision can cause possession? Guess we should come back this evening and see for ourselves.
Aha. Did we hear about possession? Oh my god.
My demon expelling mantra is...
Oh my god, he's on my support. Food. We're gonna let Chongyun.
So you decided to come. It's a good thing you didn't arrive any earlier. You would have had to witness Sensei one of his fits of madness. Just now, when Nanako was attending to him, she heard him whispering a few names. When she asked him who the people were, he suddenly looked panic-stricken and pushed her away. It looked like he was in great distress. He was covering his ears and looking frantically around him with bloodshot eyes. All the while he kept calling those names. Some of them we knew, others we didn't recognize. But they all seemed to be the names of sword masters he had defeated in the past. One of them was Anzai. He used to be a fellow disciple of Sensei's. His senior, in fact. But Sensei defeated him in a duel many years ago. And he has been a wanderer ever since. Sensei wouldn't stop calling his name. Thankfully, the Shrine Maidens managed to subdue him, so the exorcism can finally continue. The ritual has now begun. All we can do is patiently await the result. Here's hoping Sensei will be back to his normal self very soon. Please, excuse me for a moment while I fetch some water. If he wakes up, he is sure to be thirsty.
The old man shuffle.
Huh? Who's that sneaking around? Uh-oh. Could they be here to mess up the exorcism? We won't let them get away with it. Come on, let's go after them.
Did you saw him? Go in there, Chongyun.
Seems they aren't here. Should we keep going further up?
Hurry, Kazuha. Hurry, Kazuha.
Is this definitely the right place?
Dang,
Let's look a little further up.
This quest name is hella long.
Aha! Suspicious person
I forgot his name already.
How did you catch up? Are you sure you're Domon's disciples? Unless... I guess it's been a few years. Maybe his skills have improved again.
Excuse me? We're the ones asking the questions here. First off, who are you? And what are you doing sneaking around these parts? You seem like bad news, mister.
Bad news? I'll have you know I trained side by side with Domon back in the day. Long before you ever showed up. I don't care to talk about that time anymore. But if you must know, I am Domon's senior.
His senior? Wait, that means you must be...
Money.
Anzai. Yes, that's me. Because I don't wish to see Domon or anyone else associated with him ever again. When we were young, we trained under the same sword master, studying Make-Yoshi Sui art together. I had begun training 5 years before him, and everyone looked up to me as a steady and dependable older disciple. Practitioners of Make-Yoshi Sui art seek to achieve stillness of mind, freedom from all agitation. So the majority of disciples are indifferent to rank and reward. I was no exception, but Domon was different. The first thing he did when he joined was go straight to our sensei and ask him. Sensei scolded him and told him that the art of the sword should not be used for such vain ends. Sensei said that coveting the title of the best sword master, barely days into his training, showed that he had a fickle mind, and that this would impede him from ever mastering. I thought so too at the time. But Domon began making swift progress in his training, and even started catching up with me. Only then did I realize that it was Domon who had long since freed his mind from all agitation. He was consumed by his singular desire to become the best in the world. He sought nothing less than perfection in the art of the sword, and nothing could deter him from this goal.
Sure sounds like he meant business. So how come you don't want to ever see him again?
Because until he arrived, I was convinced that I would succeed our sensei as the master of Make-Yoshi Sui art. Of all the disciples, I was the most gifted. I had trained the longest. Everyone had high expectations from me. Domon's arrival changed everything. When we sparred, I lost not just the match, but my pride and my status too. I fled the dojo that day and never looked back. Later, I heard that he sparred with Sensei too. Sensei was advanced in years by then, and unfortunately that match used up every last ounce of energy in his body. After that I wanted nothing further to do with him. Deep down though, I still respected his mastery of the blade, and his commitment to the art of the sword. So, when I heard rumors that he had lost his mind, my first reaction was to dismiss them as false. How could he, of all people, have lost his mind?
His mind was the sharpest of them all. He had practiced Meikyo Shisui art to perfection. I decided to quietly come and see if it were true. Then, to my complete astonishment, I heard him call my name. I thought mine was a name he had long... So you see, I came here not to cause him any harm. I just wanted to see for myself. Okay, you've heard my story. You should get back now. The exorcism is probably finishing.
Seems like we got it wrong this time. He wasn't here to mess up the exorcism at all. Still, Paimon's not sure we should bring him back with us.
Cause halfway into the thing I forgot I had to mute my microphone. So like for like half of it all you're gonna hear
What? You're saying he isn't possessed?
I knew it.
Does that mean that he's just lost his mind? But how is that possible?
Nanako, please. Try not to get agitated.
I am sorry. With what powers I have, I can find no sign of any malignant spirit having possessed Domon. But spirits may take a myriad of forms in this world, many of which I cannot claim to have witnessed myself. And all is certainly not lost. For I received word not long ago that Lady Yae has taken an interest in your sensei's case.
Lady Yae? Is that the same Lady Yae that I think you mean?
The head shrine maiden of the Grand Narukami Shrine? That's wonderful news! Then Sensei will be sure to recover.
Correct. Lady Yae is most knowledgeable indeed, and has abundant experience in the exorcism of evil spirits and aversion of great calamities. I am unable to say for certain whether an evil spirit has possessed your sensei, but Lady Yae can give a conclusive verdict.
Excuse me, Miss Inagi, but I must ask, should we prepare a greeting gift for Lady Yae?
That won't be necessary. All that is required of you is your timely arrival at the Grand Narukami Shrine. Lady Yae does not like to be... I must leave now, but we will meet soon at the shrine.
Who'd have thought Lady Yae herself would have taken notice of our sensei's case?
Do you mean to say that Sensei isn't renowned enough to deserve Lady Yae's attention?
No, that's not what I meant at all. You misunderstand me. I just mean this is Lady Yae, the head shrine maiden. She has direct and close contact with the almighty Shogun herself. Anyway, you should join us too, tomorrow. Given that you've traveled all this way just to meet our sensei, we, the disciples of Meikyo Shisui art, will do our best to help you.
Sure! After all, everyone seems pretty excited about Lady Yae. We're curious to meet her too. Who knows? Maybe we'll be able to find out a thing or two about the Raiden Shogun from her.
Huzzah! Okay, so we're going to see Lady Yae. Oh my. Okay, so it's gonna be a long thing over there, so I'm gonna reduce the audio for gameplay. So we're going up. Shouldn't be that hard, hopefully. Oni Kabuto?
Time to go. Time to go.
Why are we afflicted with?
One with my blade.
Teamwork is teamwork!
Order guide you.
Order guide you.
Into the wind. To the very Spirit blade. Attack.
You win.
Hooray! I don't like that the samurai people, they don't drop their drops all the time, so it makes grinding for them even harder. Oni Kabuto, Oni Kabuto, Oni Kabuto. How would you pronounce that? Okay, we're going higher. Knuckleweed. Oh no. Okay, what? Kaboom, kaboom. Oh wow. Okay, going up. Oh my god, why do they like to yell so much? I don't know if I should cut all them yelling or just keep them in so they could feel embarrassed. I told my parents that I was recording. It looks like they don't listen. Oh, hi there. So many foxes. It's lovely.
Time to go.
Okay. Riku. Why is everything highly dangerous?
Time to go.
It's supposed to be a place, like, you know, it's supposed to be a village. Do you see highly dangerous in Mondstadt? No. Oh god.
Do you think that's Lady Ai? Oh, no wonder Junya was so Also, is it just Paimon? Or did she look right at us just now? It was probably nothing. It's not like she's ever seen us before.
Keep away. Keep away from me. I gave up the art of the sword. Please, let me go, I beg you.
As you can see, Lady Yai, Domon has persisted in this state for some time now. He appears to see those who have lost to him in duels past, gathered all around him to persecute him.
Lady Yai, it must be a possession, right? This is nothing like him at all. In the past, no matter what came his way, he would always face it with a confident smile.
I'm sorry. It is clear to me that your sensei is not possessed by any evil spirit.
But then does that mean he...
Yes. This is a change in the person himself. Unable to cope with the tremendous pressure he was under, he suffered a spiritual collapse. With his wits impaired, he finally descended into madness. As one who is thrown into the sea, though he fights back desperately against his predicament, it does nothing to prevent his descent into the depths. As for what has triggered this change, I believe it must be the loss of his vision. For to be stripped of one's vision is to be stripped of one's ambition.
Stripped of his ambition? But Lady Ai, even without his ambition, Why should he suffer such a dramatic change? How does that explain his descent into madness?
Your school practices Meikyo Shisui art, does it not? Stillness of mind, freedom from all agitation. What a fine notion that would be if any in this world could ever hope to achieve it. There was once one who claimed to be indifferent to rank and reward, and who fled enraged when defeated by his junior. And then there was an aged swordmaster who was aggrieved enough that he crossed blades with a disciple he himself had taught. Then, what of the one who crossed blades with his own sensei and beloved fellow disciple, and defeated them both? Can one truly remain unagitated, of still mind in moments such as these?
Lady, I'm not sure I understand.
The path of the Swordmaster is filled with twists and turns. It is no small undertaking to pursue the position of greatest Swordmaster in the world. It requires one to take their sword firmly in both hands and cut down the hopes and dreams of others, even those of one's closest companions. Only a deep commitment to his ambition to become the best made it possible for him to rise above the pain of these encounters, to focus on the way ahead. When that ambition disappeared, he began to doubt himself. As he battled his growing anxiety, he slowly descended into the state you see him in now. Much like a certain fatally flawed friend of mine.
Poor Sensei. To think he's been suffering so greatly.
I'm sorry. It's all my fault. Father, Sensei, Ansai.
That's enough.
Huh? Isn't that Ansai? Where did he come from? Did he follow us the whole way here?
Ansai, why are there two of you? Is that you or a ghost? You're here for revenge, aren't you? I knew it would come. I never should have.
You're right to assume that my feelings towards you are far from kindly. But I didn't come here to settle a score. It's been so long now that I made peace with it years ago. You did nothing wrong that day. I couldn't face the humiliation. That's why I ran. I don't think most of the people you beat along the way would hold it against you. On the contrary, when you cut our ambitions short, we entrusted them to you, in the hopes that they might carry you further. Now I know that we can't place our hopes in you any longer, since you've been stripped of your ambitions too. But that is no reason to strip them of theirs. Follow the way of the sword all the way to the highest peak. You taught them that, didn't you?
But what if one day, the same thing happens to them? I put everything I had into trying to become the best. But what if it was all a huge mistake right from the start? If there's a chance they'll end up like me one day, I'd rather they stay where they are now than go any further down this path.
Have you asked them what they think?
Sensei, after you rescued me from the hands of the pirates, I told myself I would follow in your footsteps for the rest of my days. I can't know whether I will suffer in my future as you do now. All I know is that here and now, in the present, I wish to continue. I want to keep going until the day that I can stand before everyone with my head held high and announce that I, like my sensei Domon before me, am a master of Meikyo Shisui art.
Nanako's far from the only one. Actually, all of us think that way.
Goodness. Well,
You see? You can place the ambition you once had in their hands. Being stripped of your ambition is something that's never happened to me, so I can't claim to understand it. But I do know what it feels like to have your ambitions crushed. That's what happened on the day that you so effortlessly defeated me. So, just as I once placed my ambitions onto you, it is time for you to release yours into their custody. You are not in the same position that I was. When I left, I had nothing to my name. But you have a great number of worthy disciples.
I understand. I'm sorry to have made you worry for me, and for the state of Miyakyo Shisui art. I no longer have the resolve to become the best in the world. The emptiness and suffering inside of me will not abate, so I cannot hope to still my mind and be free of agitation. But as your sensei, I shall commit to imparting unto you everything I have learned in my life so far. This is my promise. And I humbly ask Anzai, my senior, to hold me to my word.
You can count on that. I'd be checking in on you occasionally anyway, just to make sure you hadn't lost your mind again. But I am now used to the life of a wanderer. I do not belong in the dojo anymore, so I will simply stop by once in a while to make sure you aren't cutting any corners with them. Well, don't just stand there staring at me. Say thank you to Lady Yai and then get yourself back home.
So even though his ambition was taken away, his disciples can take it over on his behalf.
Traveler, a moment, please. Lady Yai has some words for you.
So, my intuition was correct. The wind that blows from afar carries fresh life to these shores. For us to meet now is premature. Nevertheless, you set foot on these islands at precisely the right moment. I have high hopes for you, child. Don't disappoint me.
Ooh, Lady Yai seems to have taken a real interest in you. She seems super mysterious. Paimon's so curious what she really meant by all that. We can come back to it another time. For now, we should go report back to Miss Kamisato.
Finally. That was a long cutscene. And also, I'm sorry if I ever skip dialogue. It's because I get bored and I skip it right next to the other one. But it's not that bad, really. I like these butterfly. Okay, get the waypoint, viewpoint. Pretty.
Time to go.
Oh god. Okay, so that's gonna be all for this episode. And right before I leave, I'm gonna do the sacred sakura tree and do the offerings that I got in all of my. I'm gonna offer it the ones that I have right now. It looks so cool. Okay, so wow. Apparently, it's not electrolysis. What? Okay. Offer the electro sigils you obtain in your various adventures in Inazuma to the sacred Sakura to raise their Sakura's sacred Sakura's favor level and gain valuables item in return. You will receive upgrades to your electro granum's level at certain levels of the sacred Sakura's favor, which will enhance their abilities. That's it. Dang, I have 21. Only 21. Dang, there's 50 of them. Whoa, Crown of Insight 2. Okay, so wow, there's a lot of grinding to go on. I'm gonna go to the Statue of the Seven. Okay, so it's about like a whole hour and 32 minutes. Thank you for watching. Thank you for watching, and make sure to subscribe. And also answer the question of the day that I left like in the beginning. Wait, no, not in the beginning. Well, I really don't know what to say. Okay, now I'm gonna say it now. Thank you for watching the video, and make sure to subscribe. Comment down below your answer for the question of the day. And yeah, that's it. Bye-bye. Bye-bye while I offer all my electrolysis to the statue.